Profound Financial, and we have a 3-part series in regards to entity selection. And in this series, we're going to be talking about C corporations. At the Arizona Corporate Commission level, a C corporation is simply a corporation. You also have the option as an LLC to ask the IRS to treat you as a C corporation. The advantage of C corporations is that it's its own taxable entity. So the income that's generated from a C corporation does not get passed down to the individual. And the tax on the C corporation is responsible and liable for their own taxes. The good and bad of that is that as a owner of a C corporation, a shareholder, you can't just use the corporation's funds for your own purposes. You have to either take it as a dividend or as wages. If you take it as a dividend, that is where double taxation comes into effect. C corporations are not allowed a deduction for dividends, but you're required to pay tax on the dividends. So effectively, you are paying twice on that same dollar. So that's one of the bad parts about C corporations. You can take it as wages, you can take it as expense reimbursements. There's a lot of means to take that, especially with small owned C corporations. There's a lot of ways to take the funds without generating that double taxation. The other bad part about C corporations, especially for larger corporations, is something called accumulated earnings tax, which means if the C corporation continues to accumulate its earnings and doesn't pay the tax, doesn't pay the dividends to the shareholders, there's an additional tax that's required to be paid. So there is some disadvantages. The great thing about C corporation, especially for smaller companies, if you want the funds to stay in the C corporation for continued growth of the company, it's usually the better option than an LLC taxed as a partnership or as an S corporation. That way the funds stay inside the C corporation. You're not using it for personal use anyway, so you get to garnish that extra low tax bracket, since C corporation taxes start at 15%, where your individual accelerates up to the higher tax brackets rather quickly. So there is some advantages and disadvantages to C corporations. If you have any other questions or want some further information about this, please contact our office at the contact information next to the YouTube videos. And remember that all of our business owners that haven't talked to us before receive a free 45-minute consultation to address any of their concerns.